We're back and we're here for another episode of Smokeyheads Retro Movie Show.
Season 2.
Jeez, I totally forgot. The 90s. I forgot what year it was.
I was going to say the 20s.
Cut that. I was thinking about you.
Chops wrong.
You ever see that scene, Scanners?
All right, so what do we got today?
What I whistle? All right, so this one was a good one. I picked. Came across it a couple of years ago. I seen it when it first came out, but I haven't seen it since. And then 2 years ago, it was on cable late at night. I was like, it just started, so I was like, let me check this out. And I fucking fell in love with it. And I hope you will too.
I always find that you don't want to do the podcast when it's on cable for technically free.
No,
and every time you choose it, it's off cable, and I gotta buy the damn movie.
I bought the Criterion edition, so I put extra money into it. The movie today is Bound.
For me, stealing's always been a lot like sex. Two people who want the same thing. They get in a room. They start to plan. It's kind of like flirting.
You're having second thoughts.
I'm just making a point. I want to see the money.
It's over $2 million.
Welcome to the family. You're amongst good people here.
I have a tattoo. Would you like to see it?
These people are serious.
Johnny! He's making too much noise. Here. Put it in his mouth.
Caesar's gonna get the money. He's gonna bring it by the apartment. He's gonna count it.
Where's it now?
It's in a case on his desk. It's perfect.
The best things in life are free. Choosing keeping for the birds and bees.
Where's my money?
I want what's mine. I want the money.
Where's my money?
That's what I want.
We'll be rich.
The money!
All night long, I listen to the sound of money.
Jennifer Tilly, Gina Gershon, Joe Pantoliano.
You don't want to shoot me, do you? Do you? I know you don't.
Caesar, you don't know.
Bound.
He was Caesar, all Caesar. He made me help him. You have to help me. Oh, God. Oh, God, he's coming.
Hey, give me money. A lot of money.
Gender-bending, film noir, erotic thriller. It's got a lot of labels.
The little text you gave us the other day.
You like that, right?
I gotta tell you, I started watching this movie, and I'm like, yeah, I can see why Lewis is making us watch this.
I knew you were going to say that.
And then as it progressed on towards, like I'd say a little bit past the half of it, I'm like, all right, maybe it's for the artistic.
Yes, it's fucking hardcore.
There's a lot of shots in there that are just very,
First of all, the romance doesn't even, after like the first 15 minutes, that's it. The rest of the movie is just, or like maybe 20 minutes, it's gone. It's like, all right, let's hit the movie and it fucking hits the movie running. It's the story running.
The ground running,
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, hit the ground running. All right, so let's start it off with the stats. Chavez, bring it to us.
The budget of this movie is $4.5 million, ladies and gentlemen.
So it was originally $1 million. Now this is, so this is the director's first movie. And in order to get it, they were like, all right, we'll let you do it for $1 million. They actually, well, we'll get into that when we go to work. But because they got the certain actress in it, they boosted it up to $4.5 million. So they got extra money, and they made the best of it. Yeah. So they said it looks like a freaking big budget movie.
Yeah.
And when I tell you about some of the tricks that he did and everything, because they just planned everything to the T.
Right.
Where they had every shot freaking planned and everything. So that's why they didn't waste no time, no money. They were construction workers.
You mean somebody actually did their job?
Yeah, they were construction workers originally before they became movie people. And they actually painted the studios and the offices. They did all that shit themselves. Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah, I'll get into more of that when we get to the cast.
Opening weekend, 901,000, right?
Yeah.
901,000.
Yeah, it didn't do well at all.
Not that much. Opening week, gross? was $3.8 million.
All right, so that's horrible. So they say you got to make twice of what the movie's budget is in order to make money.
Yeah.
Obviously, it didn't. But it became a cult classic now, and it's considered like one of the finest movies.
Yeah. And played on the radio with the one and only, everybody left the song, the Macarena.
Again?
Yeah.
Didn't we have that one before, too?
Yeah.
What was that fucking on?
It was on the number one for pretty
By
long.
the
It was,
Bayside Boys.
it was on for the Bayside Boys, was it? The Macarena?
Yeah, Bayside Boys.
Maybe it is. It's not like I had the album,
Exactly,
but
yeah.
it just didn't sound right. It was just like the two guys,
doesn't,
right?
right? Yeah,
Yeah,
it does, yeah,
I
exactly.
thought they were like the Flamingo or something.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like a...
Yeah, I can't think of a name.
I get. All right, so we got the writer and director both are Lily and Lana Wachowski.
So originally they were called the Wachowski brothers.
Wachowski.
Wachowski.
Wachowski, yes.
And then they transitioned in early 2000s, I think, or mid 2000s. And then they changed that too on the movie. I noticed that because now it says the Wachowskis.
Yeah.
And then when you watch the documentaries,
Right.
it's before the transition. So and even the commentary, which the commentary was filmed in '97, they're calling each other by their names from back then, Larry and something else.
No, okay.
Which is pretty crazy considering the movie that they tackled, and people would think that'd be two guys tackling a lesbian movie.
Yeah.
But they actually had a sex expert on set. She was actually in the movie, the lesbian bar scene, when Gina Gershon comes in and she starts hitting on that girl.
Is that again?
Gina Gershon comes into the lesbian bar and she starts hitting on the girl,
Yeah.
and then the cop comes over.
Yep.
The girl that's sitting down was the consultant. So
Oh,
she told
okay.
him how to do the sex and everything like
Oh.
that. Like how-
Because you do the sexes?
because in Hollywood, like when they do a lesbian scene, it's usually like oral
Taboo
sex
or something.
No, it's oral sex or whatever like that. And she made it clear that no, they use hands. Everything's about the hands.
Oh, yeah.
And that's why the whole movie, all you see is hands, especially in the beginning.
Yeah.
They're always showing hands, and they're always showing wetness. Wet hands. yeah. Like she's using the plumbing and everything. She's washing her hands. And she's smiling and shit like that, thinking about her. And then the best is because they also really can show, but she's supposed to be fisting her in that one scene. The first time that they start making out.
And they were like, yo, that's going to be X-rated. You got to cut it.
How you gonna? Well, how do you fake that? You don't show like this.
I don't know.
But then later,
You go like this. No,
but then a couple of minutes later, Joe Pantoliano comes in. Caesar comes in and he shakes her head.
Yeah.
He's like, you know where her hands been?
That's funny.
Wait until we talk about that scene. That's one of my favorite scenes. But go ahead.
All right, so then we got the cast. Jennifer Tilly is Violet.
So she was the actress that, because she got on,
I figured that.
they boosted up the budget because she had just been nominated for an Academy Award for Bullets Over Broadway, which I highly, highly recommend. It's
Bullets Over Broadway.
Yeah, it's one of Woody Allen's best movies.
So, and then we got Gina Gershon, as Corky, the love interest. Joe Pantoliano.
There you go.
Like,
Joey Pants, man.
Exactly.
Man.
Caesar?
Caesar. His character reminded me of Ralphie so much.
It did.
In
I was
fucking
like,
Sopranos.
I was like, that's what I felt like. I was like, oh, watching this, they didn't even have to audition. This is exactly what they got.
They told him to what, because they were big fans of 40s movies, obviously, and they told him to watch the Treasure of Sierra. Mount Sierra, the Treasure of something Sierra. But the bad guy in there, God damn it, I'm drawing blanks tonight. But the bad guy in there is what he based the character on.
Oh, okay.
So he probably carried that over onto Ralphie, because this was one of his favorite roles too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You mean not from The Matrix? The guy from The Matrix? What's it called? Then we got John P. Ryan as Mickey.
He was a great actor.
Oh, my
great
God.
actor.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
He's been in a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Christopher Maloney as Johnny. I was like, oh, look at him. He's so
He was
young.
young. He was young. Yeah.
So that's funny. I'll always remember him from Oz. And for some
Wow,
reason,
yeah, I forgot about
all the characters in Oz, no matter what they're in, I always refer to them as the
Because then he went on
characters
to went big with Law and Order. What was it? One of those, like,
I think it was Law and Order. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah, it was Johnny and Mickey were the main people.
Yeah, I mean, they got Gino, he's...
Yeah, I don't know. I think he said he was an old actor or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Or Richard Serafini.
Susie Bright. That's the name
Susie
of the
Bright.
sex consultant.
Oh, okay.
That's what.
You were close, right?
Not really. A little sweet. I was like, sweet on it?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So, yeah, so they basically before they got to do The Matrix. They this was their first movie and everything. Like I said, they just did everything on the budget. That was perfectly fine. You know what I'm saying? Like they just said it just was so smooth. But they really wanted to get the lesbian experience right.
Yeah.
And that's why they hired a consultant or whatever. Which, like I said, is just kind of fun because, like, at the time, you know, nobody was really like going after people like, oh, how can two men be making a movie about it, whatever.
Yeah.
They had their backs covered, and then, you know, like I said, they wound up transitioning. Yeah, everything in this movie, the angles was all perfectly, perfectly planned out before time. They said there's hardly any two angles that are the same.
No,
The music in it.
The music was fucking.
It reminded
off the
me
charts.
of like a Quentin Tarantino movie.
It's
You
more
know,
like
it's
Hitchcock and film noirs.
Okay.
So it's like that whole suspension.
Yeah. Well, that's
just
yeah.
Because he was trying. I forgot the guy's name was. He was trying to use that composer. He's the same composer that Brian De Palma uses. That's what it reminded me of. It was like because it's almost like an Alfred Hitchcock movie.
Yeah. It is.
But it's like okay, it's also like a Brian De Palma movie. But Brian De Palma loves Alfred Hitchcock, and Brian De Palma it's Alfred Hitchcock
just the
movie.
circle. Yeah.
Just the circle, yeah. But that was their favorite type of movies, and that's why they really wanted to make this movie. And also they based it off of Sin City, the comic book.
Oh,
okay.
All the black and white and red.
Oh,
that,
really?
see that.
I didn't realize that comic was that
The
old.
way
Yeah, the 80s.
the way some of the angles was.
Yeah. And that was very film noirish too. The shadows,
Yep,
there's always the shadows in the
They're
front.
showing like feet walking, you know.
Yeah,
just
all
like
that
The bright lights come in and then
Exactly.
pans out and pans in.
Well, that was the other thing too. Like, yeah, it's always dark in the foreshadow and
Yes.
bright in the background
Yep.
with like the big lot of empty space and stuff like that. Real cool
Good
stuff
shit.
like that.
That added to the movie definitely. Brings a whole different feel to it. Each scene you're watching.
Yeah.
You know,
So the movie starts off. You just hear all these little audio cues of what's going to happen later on in the movie or whatever. And she's tied up in the closet.
in the closet.
Which is
In the closet.
exactly.
You got it?
There's a lot
It
of
all
metaphor
makes
for that.
sense now.
Yeah, because there's a lot of scenes with
Yeah.
in the closet have to do with the closet, and they're always in the closet, coming out of the closet.
Yeah.
Yeah, Corky is bound. She's gagged and tied. The title sequence when they asked him, they said we need a theme song to the composer. And he's like, you got to give me a title sequence then. I need something cool that I could, like, you know, like a superhero thing. You know, you got to have something that. So they actually, that's a physical freaking title that they used. And they used a special camera with a mechanical device on it.
Yeah.
That kind of like hits it at a certain angle where like it just turns into the word bound.
Yeah.
It was really cool, but it wasn't like computer
I see what you're
graphics.
saying. Yeah,
like they
yeah,
actually
yeah.
built the, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Each letter.
You see some crazy stuff like on the internet, like artists doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, so.
So here's another theme in the movie. You know what I mean by I'm saying block. So meaning how you move. So it's like, all right, you got to stop it exactly. This cue. you stop at
movie
this cue.
blocking. Yeah.
Movie blocking. Yeah.
Movie blocking.
So everything was blocked to be a triangle. So there's always a triangle within three characters. There's always three characters.
Right, that's true. Yeah.
What was the other one? There was another one too. It had to do with the designs. All the designs are always interconnecting. Same thing with the apartment. Everything connects from one apartment to the other. The pipes.
Yeah.
The telephone wire. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's getting his head beaten in on the the toilet. You see the water ripples.
Yeah. So the three of them entered the elevator or whatever.
Yes.
And that's the other thing too. Overhead shots like a motherfucker.
I love the way shot.
The overhead shots are great. That one shot where he's trying to pretend he's in the shower and he's like washing himself over the dead bodies.
Yeah.
I thought that was great. That was such a great shot.
I specifically like the shot of the when he's in the bathroom and they're fucking beating shit out of the dude. That overhead shot.
Yeah.
I like the cool part. She's talking
Oh,
about.
she's refurbishing the apartment next door to the to Caesar and Violet. And whatchamacallit. So she comes over there with the coffee and she's flirting with her and all that stuff like that.
Right.
Again, they start talking about hands. Oh, I love my father's hands and everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I love somebody who
Broken.
can do yeah.
My father would just tinker with it.
No, but the main thing was about the hands. She talked about the hands. But like she's looking at her hand, she's always like just painting
Yeah, I
the
was
picture.
gonna say, showing the hand.
Yeah, showing her the guy's not gonna come back for a while, whatever. It goes to her going to the bar. That goes to the scene we were just talking about with the girl. God damn, I just forgot her name again already. Bright, Susie Bright.
Right, Susie Bright.
Yeah. Yeah, she uses an old pickup truck Because she says that too in the
And
conversation.
she says, like, yeah, I bet you have like a 20-year-old to pay a car too. And she's like, got a truck.
Yeah, she got
Yeah,
a
truck,
fucking
of course.
1963. Yeah. She goes, yeah, I figured that.
You got in jail, right? 5 years?
Yeah.
5 years.
5 years. Yeah.
Crazy
For
shit.
stealing, yeah.
No, what was it
No,
called?
it was for redistribution of wealth.
Redistribution of wealth. Exactly.
Good call.
Wow, that's a weird way to say it.
So Violet calls for the plumber, knowing full well that she works for the guy because he's part of the family.
That's Snyder, superintendent, right?
Yeah.
Snyder.
But the guy she works for
No.
is part of Caesar's
Entourage.
gang or whatever. Yeah, now we got super flirting on. She wanted to get the ring or whatever out of the thing, but
Yeah, and he
Yeah,
already
you
had
ain't
it.
out of the fucking thing.
yeah. But that's what I'm saying. The scene that she's like really like playing around.
As someone who fixes stuff, I was like, I see how she needed a wrench to take that nut up, but not this one.
So they get into that really sexual.
Yeah, or the what?
The what?
I was talking about the wetness of the pipe.
Yeah,
Everything.
yeah.
She's like seducing her, even though she's not seducing her yet. Like standing in front of.
Oh no, she was seducing.
Oh, she was
her.
seducing her. She was
Yeah,
seducing
from
her.
the
She was
beginning.
standing right there,
Yeah.
from the beginning, exactly.
Yeah.
The second she bought the coffee
They
over there.
keep showing her like legs with her, you know.
Exactly.
It's all about that. All about
You know, so.
So they're making out, whatever. And she's fingering or whatever. And then Caesar comes home, and he's like, "What the fuck is going on here?" But the best line ever is, "It's fucking dark in here."
that. What the fuck?
No, it was because he thought she was
Yeah,
a
he
man.
thought it was a man,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
So that's what he was like. He was like, "Oh, it's fucking dark in here." The way he fucking said it every time. Even when I was watching the commentary, I just started fucking busting out laughing. But that's when she finds out that, you know. So now that's the other theme in here too, is that nobody ever feels threatened by the woman. Once he finds out it's a woman, it's like, oh, okay, no big deal.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
It's always like that through the whole movie. And also, Violet, her voice changes when she talks to a man compared to when she talks to Corky.
Yeah, she's all sensual, like,
Yeah, she gets into like the softer voice and everything. Every man in this movie wants her.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all like, she's an
All
excellent
right.
woman.
Especially Mickey. Mickey got a huge soft mouth.
Yeah, Johnny too. Johnny was huge.
Johnny-
That's why he thought.
Scumbag.
Yeah, but Johnny. That's why he thought Johnny was with him. With her,
yeah.
because
That's what I'm saying.
he's right off the bat. He sits down next to her. He's like, "I'll have whatever she's having. I won't have none. I won't have none either. No, I'll have this. No, I'll have that." Oh, you find out that Caesar's a money launderer or whatever, and she goes into the truck and they start having a conversation, whatever, and then they start making out. That fucking scene, fucking awesomely done. So they're in the truck, they're making out,
Right.
and the camera pans up all in one shot. So they're in the studio with this fucking car, and they built a bedroom right above it. So literally, the camera, there's no camera tricks in going in. It's literally going into the next room, and they're moving around. And because the room is so small, the director was yelling at the guys that they had to move the walls to get the camera around.
Yeah.
So this way, so while they're having sex, the camera could go nonstop, whatever.
Yeah,
Now,
it's a
usually
smooth
when
transition,
yeah, smooth transition. Usually when they do a scene like that, it's usually a closed set, whatever. They had 52 guys helping move all the equipment, just so they could get that shot. And then meanwhile, they said that on the set, all you heard was them on the thing. All right, move this street. Like it doesn't sound the sensual fucking.
Yeah, they took all the sound
out. But all it is is yelling like, "Kiss her down her lips." Like, "Go do this, move this, get the camera over there." It's like him fucking just yelling out fucking directions or whatever. And they had to take it all out at the end or whatever. It was like, it was so hard to like get. But they said after they were so afraid to get naked because. Now, I have the unrated version, of course.
There's an unrated version?
That's what I'm saying.
So the U.S., they made them cut a couple of seconds of violence, which is not missed, so it wasn't big. But the sex scene, which is weird, it's when when they're going around her, and she's got her hand.
In the truck?
No, out on the bed.
Okay, yes, okay.
That's what I'm talking about now, right?
Yeah, I know, but I thought you were
No, we moved up. We moved up to the bed. They're moving the bed around the thing. When they show her on the hand and like
like wrapped
playing with
around
it,
the front.
yes, they show it like a much wider, and they show like a lot.
Oh, yeah.
But all they did was like cut it down just a little bit, and
Yes,
they got away with it. And he was like, "I really can't tell the difference." I was like, "I can't."
Well,
Well, they showed the side by
Like, the
side.
movies are gone.
No, they showed the side by side, and it's like I like literally like maybe an inch away from showing her whole.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sometimes that's all it takes. It's just that little line,
I have to go backwards. But she's like, when she said to her, not Violet, it's very Violet. She's like, oh, you coming to apologize? She goes, I'm apologizing for what I didn't do. Which is fucking, I thought that was so fucking hot. When she said that in the car,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
yo,
yeah.
that's some fucking shit right there.
She's professional.
Well, yeah, we didn't talk about that. So yeah,
Okay.
because she's a sex worker,
Yeah.
and she sees her bringing in Shelly
So, yeah.
into the room, whatever, and fucking her, because she could hear them always fucking. Also, every time there's there's heterosexual sex, you never see it. It's always on the other side of the wall, and you just hear it.
Yeah.
So now they go to the scene with they're roughing the guy. Oh, now they got Shelly or whatever, and Shelly's supposedly this guy who's in love with her.
Yeah.
Loves bragging about money or whatever.
Right, how much it is and everything else.
So so they take him upstairs.
Yeah,
and
he's
shit
been
up.
skimming.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
and they do like Jurassic Park type scene where you just see like the water like.
Yeah, exactly. The vibrations
Yeah.
through the water, the
And
ripples.
again, see, that's what I'm saying. It was like the connections of the.
Yeah,
you
you
could
can
hear
hear-
Yeah,
every-
because she was trying to unclog the toilet, right, or something
No,
like that. Or
she's
cleaning.
unclogging
She was
it.
cleaning or something like that.
No,
Yeah, she was on the pipe.
bathtub.
She was like, she was in the bathtub. That's right. Yeah,
with
yeah,
the
yeah.
snake.
With the snake,
And
yeah.
she's fucking
Oh, okay, that's what it was.
going in
I
there.
knew she was in the bed.
And it gives you that sign too on the side of the snake
Go
thing.
slow.
You go slow.
Dude, you need to hang it, head banging against the fucking...
He really hit his
Yeah,
head on
some
that
of
shit
those
too.
is like,
Yeah, dude.
Oh, he did?
No, in real life. In real life.
Really?
In real life. You say he almost knocked him out of conscience.
What the fuck is wrong with you, man? What are you trying to prove?
They said that the scene actually went longer, and and Dino De Laurentiis was the producer for this, so he got it's too much, and they didn't want the finger being cut off, so it's just shown. So he's like, no, we have to show that. It makes sense because then at the ending scene, that's when we need
Yeah,
that.
when they say, you know what's going to happen.
You know what's gonna happen exactly. It makes it more threatening. Like these motherfuckers don't play around.
And it gives you in that like, oh my God, he's going to really cut his finger off this time.
Yeah, because it came up pretty quick. It was like he started with the thumb. He was like, why couldn't you do the pinky first? I want to
The
talk.
thumb? I thought it was like a
Oh, was it?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
it was like
a
a
thumb.
it was like an index finger, one of these.
The pinky, the easiest.
Dude, why couldn't you start with a pinky? I would have talked.
I got 10 questions. That's it, 10 questions.
Oh yeah, and that comes back in the later. I'm gonna ask
yeah.
you, he says, "I'm gonna ask you 10 times
Yeah,
where the money at, where's the money at?"
Exactly.
And at the end, they say, "I'm gonna ask you questions." She's like, "I can't take this. I want to leave, whatever." He's like, "Nah." He said, "What? I didn't use the good towels."
That's some crazy shit.
That's a total Ralph movie.
Yo, he's so fucking funny in this movie. And there's so many things that I didn't catch until I heard the commentary, and I was like, "Oh, okay." He's like, "Yeah, some of the jokes clicked and some of them did it, but they were literally trying to be like funny and make fun of those type of movies, especially with certain music cues. Like it's the one with the policeman where you think he's about to be suspicious, and he's like, "Can I go to the bathroom?" And you're like, "Bing!" So Mickey's the one that tells her, "You know what? You can go for the walk or whatever," because Caesar doesn't want her to go.
Yeah, he's like, don't worry, I'll handle
Like,
it.
you want
He was not handling it.
the comfort of her being there.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to worry about it. That's fine.
Well, to Mickey, he's a sick fuck. He doesn't. What's the problem?
Yeah.
This thing's bothering you?
Yeah.
You know, it's like that's what he said. I know you know him and stuff, but you know, this is business.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's the whole thing. Is that because she knows that she knows?
Yeah.
And that's also too when it's revealed that Johnny and Caesar don't get along. He's like, "I hate that fucking sick fuck." So she goes out for a walk. She goes to see Corky or whatever, and then they go to the bar together. And that's when they start devising the plan. Again, excellent camera shot. They kind of got it like right at the booth, like you're almost like across from the booth watching this happen.
Yeah.
And then they do the same thing when in the car, like you're in the back seat watching
yeah.
it, almost like they did in Jackie Brown. Kind of same thing in the back.
Well done.
So that's cool, like a voyeur, like you're actually watching them as they're coming up with the plans and everything. But she tells him, he's got $2 million. They can figure out how to do it. So I love that cut too. So she goes, "All right, I have one question." She goes, "Oh no," she goes, "Well, are you with me or whatever?" And she goes, "Show me the money." And then boom, cut to the next scene and fucking he's coming in with the money all bloody.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't believe this shit. Like, you can't make this
But
shit
she
up.
came up with that plan like this.
Yeah, hell yeah.
She was like, "No," and then he's gonna be pissed, and then he's gonna do this.
But before that, Joey was like on the commentary. The director was like, Joey was complaining the whole time. He's like, he put too much blood on it. He goes, "Because I was using my fucking suit and I got fucking blood all over it. That's my favorite suit."
Oh, that sucks, man. Yeah, that stuff stains. We played around with that fake blood, and it don't come off on the walls either. And I was like, wait, I'm sure it's still there. The stain from when we were kids.
Oh yeah,
The basement wall. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The basement wall.
Oh, my
Remember
goodness.
And the
when
ceiling.
smashed-
They got the ceiling.
on the ceiling too. When Miguel got fucking stabbed, whatever.
It's squirting it all over. Like, don't worry, relax, it'll come off.
Come right out. Yeah, 30 years later. The reason why is because Shelly took him to the money, and then Johnny decided to shoot him. In
In the
which
fucking head, right in the fucking head.
Johnny punched. Caesar punched Johnny because of that. Because he's a
Well,
fucking
he said,
psycho.
I didn't give a fuck. I'd run up to him, pow, right in the face. I didn't give a fuck whose son it was. I wanted to keep going on him, but he was like, you know what? I'm just gonna hit him once, knock him out. He knocked him out.
Yo, it's so funny though. It's just not a criticism, but I notice that on the podcast a lot. That like you come up with a whole story for something. It's like, yeah, and he probably did this because when he was younger and a kid, probably got hit in the head.
You gotta understand, killer.
Exactly.
Just a little bit.
I'm not criticizing it though. It's funny though. I do cut it out sometimes. Because sometimes you be going on like, what the fuck? It's like, it's like, yeah, you got to no kill.
He's like, and then that Roswell style.
So he's got to clean the money now one by one, which is crazy. He's got the
Yeah,
money
it's
all hanging
funny.
out the fucking.
Hey, it worked, man. He's like starching the bills and
ironing them and
You gotta be
shit.
persistent, man. You can't
That's
fucking...
crazy.
No, but they came back in the stacker.
Well, but that's what he does. He literally is a money launderer.
Yeah.
And he's a good cleaner, too.
Like, I think you're taking it a
You know
little too
about that
literally.
stuff, too.
Well, no, I'm sure if you go to the boss and say, here's your money filled with blood, they'd be like, what am I supposed to do with this? I can't spend it.
Well, that's why freaking Johnny's like, oh, what's the big deal?
Yeah, you do. Well, that's a great scene too. We'll talk about
Johnny,
soon.
what do you mean, what's that big deal, man?
But so now they're concocting the plan, like you said, that it comes out really fast, whatever. And she's just like, basically, he likes a certain kind of scotch, Glenlivet, which he said he called Joey Pantalone. He said, I couldn't say that word for some reason, Glenlivet.
I forgot.
Glenlivet.
Glenlivet's got
No,
Glenlivet.
Yeah,
You know,
Glenlivet.
the scotch.
Yeah, Glenlivet scotch. Yeah. See, he's got to have that. And then, which one calls? She says, that's where and Gino's coming to pick up the money. Gino is Johnny's father, who's just the mob boss, the head of the family's brother. Pretending they're going to drop the drink, drop the bottle.
Yep.
Then when she goes out to the store, she comes in, picks the lock.
Corky comes in and picks the lock.
Corky comes in.
Oops. She doesn't even have to pick the lock. She just lets her in. Oh, well, the lock on the
She
suitcase.
does on the suitcase.
That's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
main part of the thing.
Okay.
You gotta pick the lock and make the... Make the
And then puts the
And that's
newspaper
where we
in there.
learned why she went to jail. Corky went to jail.
Also, did you notice that it's from the earrings? That her earrings are lock picks?
Yeah. No, it's all of them.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
She's got a bunch of them.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit, that's fucking clever.
Well, because also that's what she does. She goes right to the door and she just.
I didn't catch that. I just thought she was just getting and then when they talk about it in the commentary, I was
Well,
like,
yeah, you can see the tip of its jagged edge and stuff like that, like a lockpick.
so fill up a newspaper.
So basically, she's a good thief, but she got fucked over by a partner, which is why she did
She got
5 years.
fucked over by her partner.
Yeah,
And her partner fucked me.
Yep.
You know,
She got fucked over
literally.
too.
Could've been.
So when she comes back from the store, she was like, "Oh, I was so mad. I think I thought I was late because I saw Johnny leave." So she's like totally framing Johnny and saying like,
No,
that Johnny was there.
What the fuck?
From this point on, Joe Pantoliano fucking just Caesar, just the way. No, but I'm talking about Joe Pantoliano.
Oh.
His fucking acting just goes off the rails.
Yeah, the panic and
The panic,
Wow.
the fucking is fucking awesome, man. I love that guy, man. I was like, they picked the perfect guy for him.
I love the way when he finds out. And they got that fucking, the scene where he backs up once he opens the gate.
Yeah. So he had a camera on his chest.
Oh,
That's why it looks like he was like.
Dude,
He was
it
like- he
puts
was
you
like-
such in the mood. Like you're
Yeah.
actually gonna pass out. And you feel that anxiety building up and you're like, oh shit, fuck. If you're in that same situation.
So he puts two to two together, and he's like, all right, Johnny stole it, and he goes, you got to get the money back from Johnny, or I'm gonna fucking kill him.
Not cursing him out. And
Yeah, so it's going against the plan because the plan was that they were hoping that Caesar was gonna run, and they could just take the money and then just say, yeah, he took the money
And then
ran.
it looks like he's guilty.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
Put it out.
But he was like, yeah, I ain't fucking running. I ain't running.
If I run, they're gonna think I
No,
did.
well,
Just
that's
like-
exactly, yeah, he
she's like-
figured it out, yeah.
That's what I'm going to say.
So, but he was like, also, he
Well, he
couldn't
did the same
just
thing.
go and get the money either. because of whose son it was. But he decided the latter.
Well, he figures because he's got to pick up because I saw Johnny and Gino leave, and he's like, couldn't have been Gino. Gino's plane doesn't leave for half an hour, which is that's when he figures out. Wait a minute, that means he's got to go straight there to the freaking airport to pick it up. That means he's still got the money in the car.
Yep.
So he's got to get the money in the car before Gino finds out. Whatever. But he's going on a rampage. He's fucking, and then she wants to leave, and that's when he pulls the gun on her, and he's like, "If you ain't with me, you're against me." Or whatever.
Well, she keeps calling her friend. It's like
That shit. Don't even get me started on that fucking scene.
The first time she didn't get caught.
No, but that
Well,
last
why would
scene-
you?
Call him.
Period.
Exactly.
Obviously,
Why?
you're gonna look like you're conspiring.
Or just fucking it's thin walls. Do a little knock. You know what I'm saying? A little
ghetto tap.
He hit through the fucking wall, man.
Yeah, he's going through a whole
Phone. Oh my god, it's not even an old school wing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, even, that ending scene, even Gina Gershon was like, I hate this scene because I would have threw that fucking phone right off the bat.
Oh, yeah.
But she
For the
stands
first
there.
time.
Yeah, the first time. But she goes, I'm standing because I know we had to do that for intensity.
Yeah, exactly.
Suspense and shit like that. But she goes, it just makes me mad. 'Cause I'm like, just fucking throw the phone. So he thinks now, he's like, yeah, I see the looks that Johnny be giving you and everything. That maybe you're working with him or whatever. So now he goes to the next shot, another fucking awesome shot.
Man.
The barrel of the gun with the fucking
Oh,
scotch right
God.
next to it.
Yep.
Fucking beautiful shot.
I highly agree, sir.
So now everybody arrives, Johnny and Gino.
Yep.
And,
I gotta say one thing, man. What's up with Gino's hat, man? You're a mobster, right? That hat looks horrible.
He's old school.
he was the old school Italian, yeah, that was old school Italian.
With the little feather in it and shit.
When we do The Godfather on the 70s, you'll get it.
It just didn't look right.
Oh,
man.
he was pimping since been pimping.
I don't know. It's just kinda old.
So right off the bat, Johnny's like flirting with her and everything, and like fucking he's staring dead at her like,
Word.
I'm watching you, bitch.
Say something.
But he keeps antagonizing him, Johnny. Because first Gino's like, all right, you guys got to fucking squash this shit.
Yeah.
You got to treat him with respect like you treat me with respect. And he says, you stop being stupid.
Word.
He goes, everybody squash. But then like he keeps like antagonizing him where Johnny's because Caesar's paranoid.
Right.
He's thinking that he's
But it
talking
looks
about
like
the
he's
money.
trying to-
Yeah. He looks like he's talking about the money. He's like, yeah, well, it wasn't a big deal, right? He's like, what? What wasn't a big deal? You know what I'm saying? He's trying to make him goad him into like.
say it. You know,
But
yeah.
Squeeze it out of him.
Johnny has no clue what he's thinking, and he has no
yeah.
clue what he's thinking. And that's when he pulls out the gun on him
Yep.
and shoots him in between the balls, whatever. Well, misses him.
One more shot gonna be that big.
And that scene was great, man.
Yeah, it was.
Gino comes over there. He's like, "Damn me, what is it saying in Italian?"
Dame pistole.
Yeah, that's what Damn pistole. And he fucking shoots him, and that fucking scene where he just goes backwards.
Yeah.
Bam.
I was like, he'll be fine. He got shot in the chest. I mean, in the shoulder. I guess not. I guess that's enough to kill him.
Yeah, a little bit more around over here, maybe the
that's what
lung
I'm
or
saying.
something. I shifted my lung to the right. And then the bodyguard goes, and then it goes quiet.
And then
And you just,
bullet in the window.
yeah, it just hits the frame, the picture.
yeah.
You just see it just pop up. You're like, what the fuck is? He's like, oh shit.
Yeah, they can snap out.
Yeah, well, it shows that she's zoned out and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And then all of a sudden, it's just like, yeah.
Exactly,
like,
because you don't hear the gunshot or nothing. You know?
Yeah.
You get it after shit. Bing.
Good thing they missed.
And then he shoots Johnny.
In the leg. No, you shoot the other guy.
Yeah, no. Oh, shoots the other guy, and then he shoots Johnny in the leg. And he shoots him like 3 times. 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
Actually, he still keeps shooting after he ran out of
There's a
bullets.
clip.
But
Yeah,
after he shot him the last time, he said, don't shoot.
That was a great comment.
Damn. He got a lot of life for him to say, don't shoot. Getting shot 4 times.
Well, no, it was a joke. It was supposed to be like, don't shoot.
Yeah, he didn't have a chance.
Like he was asking,
just like,
he's just about to say it.
yeah.
Oh, he's fucking panicking. Now the cops are coming. Oh, no, fucking he flips out first.
Yeah.
He flips out, grabs the body, and just starts fucking. It's like,
dead now?
who's dead now? Yeah. You fucking.
Dude, his eyes are still open. He's like, you're dead now. Who died? You fuck. What? I can't hear you. What? I can't hear you. Oh, who dead now? You dumb fucker. That motherfucker. Goddamn. Good shit.
So the cops are coming now, and they got to hurry up and clean everything up. And of course, she doesn't lift her hand. Everything is just fucking Caesar doing.
Yep. Because he's a cleanup guy, so he knows what the fuck he's doing.
The
And
laundry,
he had a certain
the
way to do
cleanup
shit.
guy.
Yeah, he's not so much a cleanup guy, but he's good at his.
That's what I'm saying. He's a good cleanup guy. So he fucking.
So when they finally get in there, whatever, he blames the TV. He's watching Night of the Living Dead.
I was just about to say that.
Like, what? My hearing's gone.
I thought you were gonna give us trivia, like, you know what was on the TV?
Oh, if you didn't know that one, I'd fucking kick you out of the house.
I know. I was waiting for
I think they even say it. Did they say it or something?
No, nobody said it.
No, it doesn't. No, but
You just had to know.
Like, Wayne, what? Never mind.
yeah, that's what I was talking about with the music cue or whatever. And it was like, because they do that a lot in the movie where it's like you think they're thinking something else, and they're like later on too. He's like, why'd you move the furniture? Oh, let me guess. It was Violet's idea, right? you know, he's like,
You're about to get caught.
Yeah, you're like,
it's like,
it's hit with the cops.
Not
It's like
that
they're
big.
about to get caught because like they're stepping on the blood.
Oh,
The guy's in the bathroom, fucking with the dead bodies in the fucking
starts to
shower.
drip,
It starts to drip. Yeah. So you're like, oh my god, it's like the tension. They just build that tension
When
up.
he comes out, when he comes out of the bathroom, like, oh, buddy, he's caught. He's caught. Because the way his act out, comes out, all right, let's roll. Like, oh, shit, thank God.
So they go in the car, checking for the money. Nothing there, so it's like, all right, fuck it, let's go to. He might have dropped it off at the house.
Right.
Go to the house. He fucking tears that fucking
He
house up.
fucking whipped up the house, motherfucker.
That was somebody's actual apartment.
Ooh.
And yeah, she got mad that they were breaking shit. And they were like, put her in a hotel. They were like, we'll fix everything. We're gonna pay for everything. Yeah, exactly. They pay for everything.
Yeah.
I'm kind of mama.
Like, you can't replace this.
Not a 1978 bitch.
That's one thing too. That the two movies that we're doing tonight have in common is both could be plays. Because they both take place in just one really fucking, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
they could easily just
Between
talk about
two
that.
rooms. Yeah.
Between those between the two apartments with him. But he's going fucking crazy. Oh, so he winds up calling Mickey, and he's telling him like, yeah, nobody ever showed up or whatever. And he's like, all right, I'll let you know what's going on or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, Corky's still waiting there for her. She puts the money in the fucking
In
the
garbage
paint.
bags and then throws it
Yeah,
in the paint. Yeah.
And then she called her a second time.
That's when she gets fucking caught. That's
Stupid
first of all,
fucking
wait,
shit.
first of all, when she first calls it though, you get that great shot of the fucking following the line down,
Yeah.
and then the little circle, the little loop, it goes to the walls, and then then fucking what's his name walks in on them. Who is it? Was it Mickey? Whatever. There's a
The
phone
rope in the
redial.
bag, ready to take care of the bodies and everything.
Yeah. And hits the redial, whatever, and that's when he hears it through the wall. He's like, "Who the fuck's back there? Who's in that other room? Whatever."
Once again.
I would have just been like, it's Corky. I'm just upset.
Yeah,
I need a
exactly.
girl to talk to.
That would have been the solution. I'm a Corky, I'm upset. I need somebody to talk to. He would have bought that a little
That's
bit.
not a bad one, man.
You know,
You be a good cheater. Cut that.
Yeah, exactly. She's like, wait a minute. He did tell me that before. He's like, shit. Secret's out.
Knocks her out, and Corky's like fucking panicking. She's trying to get into the apartment, whatever. She's got a gun or whatever. Picks the lock, and then fucking he always gets the drop on her.
Yep.
Hey, bro, he gets the drop on her. She comes up behind her, and he's like, turn around. He's like, oh, it's you? Are you fucking kidding me? And again,
And then go back and see him in the closet, right? Hold on.
No, he knocks her out.
well, he knocks her. Yeah, he knocks her out. Well, no, she punches him first. So she is aggressive, but she just sucks at it. But she just always, because the second time too with the fucking monkey wrench.
Yeah,
It's like, come on, man, this could have been over.
Not easy swinging that thing, man. Give me some slack.
The monkey went turned down on the room. Big ass motherfucking shit.
Better off throwing that shit. Don't swing it.
So now he's got them both tied up and gagged, whatever, and now they're both bound. Me and Jason were doing that, the working man. It's like, you can't mess with him because he's a working man.
They even said it in the movie.
And then they said in the movie, me and Jay were like, yeah.
He's like, I get it. You're a working man. I was like, oh, man.
So she's like, Caesar, you're being stupid. Let's just make a deal. You need the money. We want the money. We'll give you a piece of it, whatever, and you leave, whatever. Because she says, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill you, whatever. She's like, he's not going to kill you unless he gets the money. He'll never know where the money is.
Exactly.
So that's when he does the whole, all right, I'm going to ask you 10 questions.
Yeah, he
So he
grabs
brings
the
out,
clippers.
he brings the clippers out. What do they call them?
The hedge shears.
Garden
Yeah, whatever.
shears.
Garden shears.
Garden shears.
Garden shears, yeah.
Pruners, aren't they like pruners?
Yeah,
because the little
same
ones.
thing.
Like
I
the
think.
shears aren't shears. Yeah, shears are big ones, and pruners are for like little. I bet you.
All right.
I guess.
I'll be doing yard work.
I know. I don't know why, but I
locked up.
believe him.
But that's because now the buzzer goes off, so he's got to drop the thing.
You're like, damn, not
Conveniently.
lucky.
Yeah, why didn't you fucking take it with them?
He's like, you better work with me.
Yeah, he takes her into the bathroom, whatever. She's like, yeah, if you don't work with me, then I'll fucking kill you, whatever. Because I already killed everybody. I killed the fucking mob boss.
Yeah.
I'll
I
kill,
can kill anybody. I can get away with it.
that's when
Ruthless he is.
That's when he had that cool overhead shot of him putting the water on himself, but the dead bodies underneath it, or whatever. It's like that's all of his work. And
Mikey comes in.
it's Mickey comes in. Whatever. He's like, yeah, we went to freaking Johnny's place. It was all torn apart. Then we tried to call you, and the phone was off the hook.
Oh shit, yeah, man.
He's like, oh, Violet was trying to make me calm down. And he's like, oh, I'd take the phone off the hook too.
Calm down, make me calm down. I hang up the phone, take the phone off the hook.
Yep.
I don't want a disturbance. Fuck that shit.
So now we got another tension scene now. He grabs the case or whatever. He goes, all right, I'll take it to him. We'll figure this out or whatever. And he's like, he goes, you got the keys? He's like, oh, yeah, the keys are in the other room or whatever. Let's not worry about it. I'll pick the lock. He's like, this motherfucker, man. It's like, he's got no lock.
He's like, that's how I got in here.
Caesar's thinking like, oh shit.
Yo, he's caught.
Did he come in?
Yep.
Like,
And again, every time something's about to happen, then something else happens.
Yeah.
That interrupts it. So now,
No, he's got the gun underneath the towels, and then he's like, oh, why don't you go get this? He's like, fuck, I gotta drop the gun. This guy's about to open the case.
yeah, because the phone rings.
Yeah.
Forgot to mention that.
The phone is ringing.
So the phone is ringing, whatever, and it's Violet.
Yep.
And she's like, shut up and do as I say. It's Gino. Tell him that you got into a car accident, that you're in the hospital or whatever, to meet me over there or whatever. So he does it, and it works.
And when I come in, you're gonna act like you don't know shit. She walks in, oh my god, oh my god, you didn't today.
Oh, we forgot about that. So the scene when she drops the fucking wine, and fucking Caesar comes out, and the fucking towel just barely covering his penis. And they were like, yeah, he was supposed to. He wanted to do that scene because, well, everybody else gets naked in this movie. I want to do that.
And then he walks over the glass. The broken glass.
And the Dino De Laurentiis, he's a producer back in the 80s. He made a lot of movies.
Right.
He was like, you just want that guy because he's not star quality. He doesn't look like a stud or whatever like that and everything. And they said no, they fought for him big time. It was a good thing they did because he was fucking great.
Oh yeah.
He was lifting up some big fucking dudes, man, with no problem. Like the big
Well, he was struggling a little bit. He was saying that they had like 3 grips helping him.
The movie magic, yo.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, it was again low budget. Everybody helps, man.
Exactly.
She right before that happens too. She tells her where the money is. That it's in the paint cans. So after they leave or whatever, he's gonna go over there, and then Violet runs out.
Yeah,
Another fucking great shot.
No, yeah, definitely.
The freaking camera just pulls. No, before that. The camera pulls and she's running, pulls past it, and the camera switches back and goes back to where he runs into the camera.
Yeah.
It's a really, really cool shot. And then she's looking down or whatever, which is like the first up because everything's always looking down.
Down, yeah.
But that was really smart. I think we talked about this in a previous podcast about us trying to escape the killer or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, why is everybody? I think it was Fort Failing. It was like, hey, why does everybody run upstairs? Or whatever? So, but she runs downstairs, gets in the elevator, and goes back upstairs.
You know what? As soon as she went upstairs, I was like, oh, she sucks. And then he got down there. He's like, damn it. He had to run back up.
Well, exactly. That's 10 fucking floors.
That's what I'm saying. I'll buy you some time.
You'll be a fucking hell yeah.
Although when he came out, I would have been like, hell yeah. He was just like, came in like, what's that bitch?
Yeah, he was pretty good, man.
He just meant to. He's like, oh, fuck. He ran down the elevator.
He definitely was. I was like, I would have been fucking on the floor, man.
Just right there.
I did the cardio this week.
The lines that he had. But when after Mickey finally leaves, right, and then he pulls the gun back out on because like they do that cool shot where he got the gun with the towel, and he drops the towel and exposes the gun, and then he goes, "Now that's teamwork." Oh, so now she's in the elevator and she calls Mickey real quick. She's like, I didn't mean it. It wasn't. He made me do it and shit like that.
I'm watching them cell phone that Johnny had in his pocket. She picked it out of
Yeah,
the
yeah,
dead
she
body.
picked her up, yep.
I was wondering, like, where'd you get the cell phone from? Oh, yeah. He took it out of the dead body pocket.
So, Corky escapes because she got the shears, whatever pruning shears, whatever.
Yeah.
And she does like a little track thing where she follows the paint into the bathroom with the boots or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's like, you got him. And then she misses with the monkey wrench. And
Well,
fucks
I
it up
mean,
again.
the minute you open the door and you see empty boots, my first reaction was like, "Oh shit!"
Duck? No, he had enough time to fucking turn around and duck.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like,
It's like he felt her behind him.
that's what I'm
like-
saying.
I was like, Corky,
Like, you
you
know
done
it's a
fucked
setup.
up.
You know, it's like Joe Pesci when he walked into the room. He's like, "Oh no!"
And he fucking tackled her on the floor.
Yeah, she gets knocked out, whatever. But then Violet comes in with the gun. Now she's got a gun. And they go through the whole thing. She's like, "Yeah, I know you. You can't fucking kill me. You won't kill me." And she's like, "Caesar, you don't know shit." And then bang, bang, goes into that awesome slow motion, fucking the white paint,
That, the
with
white
the red
paint,
blood.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool.
Fucking awesome, man.
Yeah, I think the white
Camel.
contrast, the red, the blood, just
Yeah.
like makes it really pop
Oh, yeah, it
out.
really pop out. Yeah, exactly. And
Really
again, it's
drives
supposed to
the,
be, like I said, they were very Sin City. So that the red is always, everything's black, white, and red in the whole
Yeah,
movie.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's not even red, it's like a maroon red. So it's really dark
Yeah,
red.
like a crimson.
Yeah. So now you cut to the ending, whatever, and you see the apartments are cleaned out.
painted.
Painted, yeah.
nice.
Mickey's outside. She's like, "Yeah, he ran." So they had the whole.
Yeah,
they
Yeah,
hid the
like,
body.
don't worry, we'll find them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll find him. Like, what did they do with the body? They dispose the body out.
Well, yeah, they had to because if they would have found Caesar, then they were like, "Well, then where's the money?" So they needed an excuse to say that, "Oh, no, he ran
Yeah,
off
yeah.
with the money."
And they only need to get rid of Caesar.
Exactly.
Because they show
Say-
him this. He
exactly.
killed all these
Killed those-
bodies.
exactly.
And he ran.
Ah,
You know?
And
So.
what you call now? She upgraded to a red pickup, nice big red
I think
pickup
she
truck.
picked, I think she picked her own truck.
No, she bought it. No, she
No,
says
no,
she
no,
bought
she
it.
says,
Yeah, she says I bought
I
it.
figured we might need a truck for the trip or something like that. Yeah,
Getaway car.
It's a totally different fucking.
yeah, that thing's a beast.
Yeah, hell yeah, that thing was huge, man. And they said on the commentary, I didn't catch it, but they show like the muffler. at the
Muffler,
bottom.
yeah.
Yeah, kind of like the male organ, I guess, or something
Oh,
like that.
okay.
Yeah,
I noticed that they showed it, but I just thought it was just like.
that's what I say. Me too. I didn't think
Way
much
to
of
go
it.
out,
but
you know?
they kind of like sneaked it in. They said, "They said, yeah, we kind of
That's
sneaked
why I
it in."
thought it was the older truck because fucking they showed the old, because she was working under the car.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
at the time, this was the only movie that had lesbians in it that ended happily. They said it always ends like tragically because that's how Hollywood was. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you're not
It did
supposed to be.
happen.
lesbians are not heroes.
Oh, he was so bad when he woke her up. Corky.
Wake up, you fucking.
He goes, "This is why nobody fucking trusts you, you people." And shit like that. I was like, "What the fuck?" He goes, "You fucking dyke."
Anybody know that thing? She was playing a string.
It's a harp.
It's a harp.
harp?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pocket. It's called the pocket harp.
Yeah.
Pocket harp.
They asked the directors what was up with that. They're like, "We don't know."
Oh, she just had it. She was like.
She locked up, giving something to take over my mind.
Maybe.
That's like one of those things. You're like.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because at first I was like, "Is that the soundtrack or is that her?" And I was like, "No, that's her." What
No,
the
that's
fuck?
like old school, like
Yeah.
on the farm kind of shit. You know, you just pull it out your pocket real quick and just, you know, yeah, you kind of like pick it and stuff. Yeah,
I don't know. We're gonna go with you.
it was about thin walls. You know, like that phone they wanted to rip out the wall, but I couldn't think of a way to phrase it.
I feel like those walls were so thin you probably could have punched through them.
I was thinking, if I was Joey and I got that pissed off and I heard that, yeah, I would have been like, "Yo, motherfucker!" And he punched through a couple of walls through the movie, so you know.
Oh, and he's punching the wall.
Yeah. Well, they're so thin. You
Oh,
know?
yeah.
I would have
Oh, yeah,
thrown
yeah,
her
okay.
through it.
Get out of the wall to the other side. They never-
Yeah, exactly. Don't hurt her.
Save your fist.
And we fucking didn't offend the whole fucking podcast. I'm really proud of each other.
We don't even have to edit it.
Yeah, I was surprised. I was like, I know there's gonna be a couple of slips.
I don't know. Pick something.
I said, we gotta go paint cake.
Paint Kings, I think,
Paint
is
Kings.
pretty.
We'll stack the money.
I know it's. Don't fucking give us that look. And you the one who said that fucking pick something.
I said bondage ropes. I think that's there's bound, and that's what they're always doing. It tied up and stuff like that. So
Oh, what, Scotch.
I thought about that too, but
Scotch on the rocks, or
I was trying to think like something that was like the paint cans was symbolized. You know what I'm saying? That was where the money was hidden.
True.
At the end, that's where he dies on. You know what I'm saying? He dies in the paint. That was the whole
Paint
of the money.
cans, let's go.
I'm gonna go 4.5. Totally. I would go 5, but I'm gonna go 4.5 paint cans because it was a great movie, and the directing was awesome. The film, the shots were amazing. I loved the lighting and the colors they used and certain times where people were wearing. It was an amazing film. I highly enjoyed it. I watched it twice.
Actually, I texted him. I told him, I said, dude, watch it twice because it does get better the second time.
So, yeah. So when I
You
watched
notice
it,
that little...
I watched it the second time, I got the same feeling I did when I watched it the first time.
Your pants got tight.
Like when you climb the rope in gym class.
That too. And that's why I give it 4. And still, I watched it again too. So you notice stuff different each time you watch it.
I did again.
Well, I didn't watch it twice. I watched it once. So I'm going to give it...
No shit. No, I'm saying.
4.5? No, I'm kidding. I would say a 2.75.
Really?
2.7? Wow. What is the reason?
Why? Yes.
What is the reason for the search?
I didn't feel like it was like a movie. Like if I was flipping through the channels again, I'd put it on.
Again,
Unless
this
there
is
was
why I said you got to
nothing
watch
else.
it twice because...
Well, that's why I said I didn't watch it twice,
Right.
and that's why I put the disclaimer on it that I didn't
Okay.
watch it twice.
True.
So as a one-timer, just
still-
running through it, you know,
All right. 2 points.
and had to pay for it.
$4. I give you fucking $4. Fucking throw that shit at you.
2.5, you say, right?
2.7.
2.75.
I mean,
'Cause
a
I was gonna
little,
give
that's
it-
like a tiny. That's like you might as well just give it a 2.5 because it's like,
I was gonna give it a 2.5,
It's
but
an
I was
average.
like,
You said it's
yeah,
average.
Yeah, it's about average, you know.
I mean, you didn't think the camera work alone would at least bring it up to a 3. The acting was fucking awesome. There was only one scene I didn't like when Corky was explaining to her the plan, and they were sitting in the room, and she was sitting on the bed, and Corky was standing up.
Yeah.
And just the way she explained it, I was just like, it felt very forced and
Yeah, not natural.
Yeah, not natural. But the rest of the movie, I thought everybody was fucking phenomenal about it. All right, 2.75.
Simpson, I stick to my story.
Yeah, that's okay.
I'm going for 4. Again, because I watched it 3 times, twice, and then once with the commentary. I just watched it today, the last time, but just because I wanted to catch some of the things that the commentary said. Sometimes you watch the commentary. I watch the commentary the second time usually, and like there's things that happen. I'm like, oh shit, wait, I didn't catch that. But what the fuck were they saying? I mean, you were talking over them. So I had to go back or whatever and freaking check it out again. I also had it on 4K. Which was fucking gorgeous. I didn't really talk about
I
that.
can imagine.
4K was fuck. I found out why Jackie fucking Brown looked like shit. Why I gave it a bad score about the picture quality. Okay. My setting on my TV. I fixed that shit. I was like, this fucking thing. The darks look dark. The reds look red. It's beautiful. It's literally a work of art.
Oh yeah.
The movie itself is just a work of art. And even with the volume, the volume off, I could watch this movie and just fucking appreciate every scene because it's just like a little painting, like a little comic book type painting.
Okay, I got you.
Because I'm always technical about how they do this shit and how they get these scenes and how they get those frames. But yeah, man, I'm going for 4. 4 pinkies. And that's it, man.
So tell us what you think, and don't forget to like and subscribe.
And hit that little bell icon on the bottom to let you know all the new episodes as they come out when we make them.
And that's it for tonight. All right, have a good night, guys. We'll catch you next week on Smokeyheads Retro Movie.